To discuss 4 marks question for the chapter atoms and nuclei. So first question is derive expression for energy of electron in nth Bohr orbit. We are discussing that question first. Energy of electron in nth Bohr orbit. Okay, let's start this, students. We'll first start with kinetic energy. Okay, so kinetic energy के लिए dear students, you know the basic formula. What is the basic formula? Half mv square, correct? So we are going to write kinetic energy is half m v square. But what is velocity ka square? Velocity ka square is e square upon 2m for z. And then you have to do square of this. So it will become half m e raised to 4 z square upon 4 h square epsilon naught square n square. Write it very properly. 2 and 4 will multiply. It will become m e raised to 4 z square upon 8 h square epsilon naught square n square. Formula for kinetic energy is done. Let's talk about potential energy. The formula for potential energy PE is K Q1 Q2 upon R. Now what is this Q1? Q1 is charge of nucleus. The potential energy will be K. So charge of nucleus can be written as Z into E. How come it is Z into E? Because एक न्यूक्लियस के अंदर लेट अस सोडियम का एग्जांपल ले रहा हूं तो सोडियम के अंदर 11 प्रोटॉन्स है तो 11 प्रोटॉन्स है तो 11 इंटू ई करना पड़ेगा ना टोटल चार्ज एंड चार्ज ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन विल बी माइनस ई अपॉन आर. What is the value of K? K is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Z E square. Minus भी आ चुका है बाहर और this becomes R. So it will become minus Z E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught R. Dear students, you can put the value of R here. If you remember, the value of R is n square. It is pi me square. Me n square h square epsilon naught upon pi me square is Z. This is the value. Pi and pi will cancel out. Okay, I'm left with 4. This will become n square, h square, epsilon naught. M will go up. E raised to 4 will go up. H square will go up. It will become minus m e raised to 4 z square upon 8 n square, h square, and epsilon naught square. So potential energy ka formula is also done. Equation number 2. If we add them together, we'll get which energy, bacho? We will get total energy. So total energy, that will be sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. What is the formula for kinetic energy? M e raised to 4 upon 8 h square epsilon naught square n square z square. Potential energy minus m e raised to 4 z square 4 h square epsilon naught square n square. What is common? Everything can be taken as common. M e raised to 4 z square h square can be taken as common. Epsilon naught square be taken n square common. I am left with what? I am left with only 1 upon 8 minus 1 upon 4. If I solve them, I'll get what? Minus 1 upon 8. So minus m e raised to 4 z square upon h square epsilon naught square n square. Okay, and 8 will come here. So this is the formula for which energy, dear students? Total energy. If I do negative of total energy, I'll get weight energy, binding energy. The binding energy is negative of total energy. That is the minimum energy. If we give to the electron, it will get out of the orbit. Okay. m e raised to 4 z square upon 8 h square epsilon naught square n square, which means any energy, be it kinetic, be it potential, be it total, be it binding, correct? Mod of all these energies, if I talk, all of them are inversely proportional to n square, correct? All of them. I'm not taking them equal, matlab they are not equal, but just I'm giving an example. Okay, all of them are inversely proportional to n square. Okay, this is like implies. I'll say can implies. Okay, all of them are inversely proportional to n square. Okay, this is the 4 marker derivation.